we had to talk about Doge and pull this out of here like that. Yes, we had a whole conversation about our Doge strategy. And you know that me and Bitcoin both are not fans of Doge. So, so I told him, I was like, we were talking about you. I was like, oh, Rashad's going to have some beef with me if he hears this. So we said, we were talking about, hey, look, you can make money in the casino sometimes. And that's all right. So,
fair analogy to this one though, because I get that. But all right, in the casino, y'all, I think we need to make a little bit more depth to this analogy because you could be playing craps, you could be playing poker, or you could be playing the game that you have the highest odds of winning in the casino. You know which one that is, my brother? I'm sure
it's blackjack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's blackjack. But what would you say this is in a casino reference?
No, I mean, here's the thing. There's strategy. So there's proper strategy in blackjack. I'm gonna go on with I'm gonna go even take your analogy a little further. So the thing with Doge is there's people who are winning with Doge and they're made a bunch of money. And they think like what they're doing is right because they made a bunch of money. And they're justifying it that way, so it's like I remember when I was in Vegas. I was at Cosmo. I'll never forget this. I'm playing at a $100 hand table. Why? Because I was a little tipsy and I was playing a little bit over my head and I was having a good night. And I don't know if you've ever been to Vegas or been to Cosmo, but Cosmo is like, you can just sit there and it's just the walk from the elevator to the strip. It's like a red carpet every night. It's just beautiful women, beautiful people walking down, and that's why they have the $100 tables like literally right on this little walk. Jeez. went from PG-13 to X in this joint real fast.
For some reason or another, bugging out. Because you know what the problem is? I have a Vegas rage in me. And I'm not going to, we won't spend too much time on it, but you said I don't know if you have. I haven't. I've never done that.
Oh. We'll have to have a conversation about Vegas when I used to go before this pandemic happened. I used to go to Vegas at least once a year, and a lot of times I go twice a year. But yeah. So this was how this particular time I was there on Tesla's dime. It was like a business conference, and they put us up in the Cosmo, and which is not usually my place to stay, but I was loving it. And since I had extra money because I wasn't paying for everything, I was like, all right, let me gamble this. And so literally sitting at the table, and the point of the story is this guy's got tens. He gets a pair of tens versus like a 4. All right. And he splits them. And everyone's table is like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? What are you splitting tens for? You never split 10. He's like, no. He's like, yo, I got chance. I got 2 chances to get 2 hands. It's versus a 4. I'll be good. We're like, no, you don't split. You already got a 20. Like, you don't make a winning hand and 2 losing hands. And of course, he hits an ace and a 10, and then he's looking at everyone at the table like, see. And it's like, and so now that person thinks like for some reason they did some great strategy because it worked out. And that's my Dogecoin comparison right now. It's like it's people think they got something, and the strategy being used because it worked out. So anyway,
y'all, the short and sweet of what he's saying is playing like a donkey in the casino is what you motherfuckers are doing with your Dogecoin. So That's funny.
Yeah, so it's not, but it's not really. It's just the fact that because it's worked, people think this is the right way to attack it, and it's not. So what me and Bitcoin were talking about, if you go and listen to that show at any point, is
I'm gonna listen.
there's something called my Bitcoin didn't tell. Well, first of all, Bitcoin calls me. I'm at the gym yesterday, and he calls me. He's like, "Hey, Matty." I can't do his accent, but he's like, where are you right now? Are you in the Elon Musk factory? I hear a lot of machines. I'm like, no, I'm at the gym. So he's like, all right, we want to talk. I was like, all right, well, Bitcoin calls. It's like it's like somebody some famous person just called, because I don't do shows with them, right? So he's like, let's do a show. He's like, I want to talk about Elon Musk and whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Give me like 2 hours. So then we started, for some reason we ended up talking about Nikola more than Tesla, and then we ended up going into this Dogecoin thing. And there's a common strategy. Actually, I could show it here while I'm talking to you. There's a common strategy in investing, and it's true for stock market or for crypto, and that's called buy the hype and sell the news. Right? So, and this happens to me so many times. I've learned this lesson over and over and over again. So, it happened on Tesla Battery Day. It happened when Tesla did their split. It happened when they had an almost every earnings report, where leading up to the event, the stock goes up and up and up and up. And then as soon as the event happens, it crashes. Same Cybertruck, every single time. You can go back, you look at the history of when these events were and what happened to the stock leading up to it. So Coinbase is going to be adding Dogecoin.
Yeah, and that's what makes y'all talk about it now a little bit more, right?
Right. So we're saying, look, that with that happening, with Elon Musk dumping Bitcoin, with Elon Musk tweeting out that he's either gonna, I think he's gonna do one of two things with Dogecoin. He's either going to make it an actual thing that you could buy Teslas with, the way he did with Bitcoin, because it doesn't use nearly as much energy to mine, or because there's some news out that he's been talking to the creators of Dogecoin, or they might come out with a actual Tesla crypto coin. One of the two. So, or they might just kind of roll Dogecoin into a Tesla coin, which would also be something that would be kind of interesting to do. So, which would be great, for people who have Doge, if that actually happens. So again, I don't know anything. Yeah. So that I don't. I'm not saying anything that's going to happen, but I do know the Coinbase thing is happening. So what we're doing, and what everyone else, if you want to follow us, you can. If you don't, it's up to you. Please, we're not financial advisors, and do whatever you want with your money and do your own research. But what we're planning on doing is buying Doge leading up to that event, and then selling it before it actually gets onto Coinbase. So just like what happened with Doge on the.
That's just talk, or is coming? Do we have that loop on here?
No, it's about two months. They said.
So you're gonna buy it right now, 50 cents, and that 50 cents, 60. I haven't seen it get past 70 cents. The first buy the hype, sell the news cycle.
Yeah, but it got up to 70 cents on. I mean, It was literally getting up there just on Elon Musk going on Saturday Night Live.
And but that was one of the first, or not one of the first, but the first one, in my opinion, was the 420 Doge Day. That was a buy the hype, sell the news day, right? Also, because everybody was getting into the shit. 420 this, 420 that. I was even in there, and then it really didn't do much on 420, really.
Right.
And so after 420, I feel like the next one was the Saturday Night Live one, even though I feel like there was another one, but it might have been Saturday Night Live. And I predicted, I think you guys are right. I think it's going to be like that too. So
yeah,
I already figured that out, and that's probably why Bitcoin Boxer and W.I.S.E y'all didn't want to talk to me. So I'm just playing. But Bitcoin, I'm on your ass, Bitcoin. I'm gonna find you. Nah, but like the thing is, if you remember correctly, listeners, if y'all were here last week on No Fomo episode 7 with me and my man Matty Watch, we do it on Sundays. No Fomo meaning no fear of missing out. I was handling my fear of missing out addiction and issues a little bit live for y'all. I had the fucking Dogecoin tank the night before, and I was watching it bounce back up into a comfortable space while we were speaking, to which I would have not lost money. So I sold. I'm sorry, I sold.
That's fine.
I took my shit and I got the fuck out of Dogecoin business. But that doesn't mean I won't return. I can still buy low and wait for this to get to wherever we think it's gonna get. Because I think, did somebody say they think, like what you were saying, Elon might try to cap it or something like that?
Not cap it. Well, that's the problem with Dogecoin as a coin. The reason why, from what I understand and my limited knowledge of that, it's expanding as far as crypto coins go, is it's an unlimited coin, so it can be mined forever, which is a problem. It is also, it doesn't use a lot of energy to mine, so you can just keep piling more of it in. So if you have an unlimited coin like that, and supposedly from what I understand from Bitcoin, their white pages is crap. So so as far as that goes, it's not something that we're not going in and saying, hey, buy Dogecoin, it's going to be a in 5 years from now, that's going to be the currency of the people. We're saying, for if you're gonna oh,
Are you on Bluetooth?
Me? Hold
Yeah.
on.
I'm like in and out.
Let me turn that off. I do have the Bluetooth on, but any better? All right. So we're just saying, hey, if you want to go to the casino for a little bit, don't take your house and bet it on Dogecoin, but if you want to take a whatever amount to you is an amount that you're okay with losing, and you want to bet on the short term, that's our Dogecoin strategy for the short term.
Yeah,
so
like, it's cool, it's a hustle, all that stuff. People can read into it, and I don't know. I keep it, and I keep coins like that in a different wallet just for. I can't buy too much into it. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, even though it sounds like what y'all are saying, with what he's saying as far as the future of it might be something to consider putting into it. Like I'm putting into Ethereum and Bitcoin, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, for the long term, I mean, I picked up a little bit of Polygon, Cardano, Ethereum.
Getting in there, have you really just been getting your crypto feet wet?
Yep.
As of lately, because of stereo and everything going on.
Yep. Well, I jumped in. I mean, Super High was talking to me about crypto forever, and I didn't talk to Bitcoin on purpose because I'm like, I like to be like I said, a mile deep and an inch wide. And so you only have so much time in the day to research so much stuff. And so, like Bitcoin called me because he's like, I have questions about EV, electric vehicle cars and stuff. So he's like, so I'm going to call you. So I'd rather be a specialist in something than, know a little bit and not even know what I don't know, like there's the 4 stages of learning. Have you ever heard that before?
Tell me it again, though.
There's unconscious, incompetent. That's stage 1. So stage 1 means that you don't even know that you don't even know. So you're incompetent, but you like, when you go to ride, I use this example, riding a bike. Like when you first try to ride a bike, you don't understand the concept that the faster you go, the easier it is to balance. Right. So like a little kid gets on, they try to balance staying still, and they're like fall over, and they're like, oh, and so they get annoyed. So the stage 2 is called conscious incompetent, and that means that you understand that you don't know what you're talking about, but at least that's your work phrase. It's like, okay, at least I know what I got to learn. I'm incompetent, but I got to learn it. And then stage 3 is conscious competent, which means that you got to think about it. So like you're riding a bike and you're like, okay, I'm falling to the right. Let me lean to the left. I'm falling to the left. Let me lean. So you got to think about it. So like, baby walking, and then stage 4 is called unconscious competent, where you don't even have to think about it. You just do it. Right. And therefore then at that point, it becomes a part of your knowledge. So reading financial statements, anything you will try to do, in life, you got to go through those 4 stages if you want to become, competent at something or knowing it. So like now I can pretty much look at a stock pretty quickly and figure out if the company's good or bad because I've looked at so many. So so that's where I didn't want to have to go through that process with Bitcoin because I know the amount of energy and time it would take for me to feel comfortable. So I'm just dabbling in it, and then I jumped in when I got Coinbase. When I bought Coinbase as a stock, then I was like, all right, so I guess if I'm going to have the stock, I should at least buy a little.
At least. And you said that before.
Yeah. So
before you go on,
go ahead.
I'm sorry for the sound, y'all, but me and Maddie Wash secretly get our fat boy on together. Like I have a fat boy that I've been hiding in me on stereo that just comes out. So I apologize for all the noise in the background. I'm literally hacking chicken and eating snacks, but I'm listening to the brother speak, and I do see that we have messages. I'm putting some chicken I barbecued on the grill.
Okay.
For my mama. I'm putting it on the George Foreman grill as an experiment. Like I don't know how this is gonna work out.
I love
cold from the refrigerator.
I love Foreman grill.
Let's see what I'm really talking about when we get there.
Oh, Maddie, listen. You can be Rashad on the crypto stock market talk. You fucked up with the whole mistaking the artist thing.
Hey, look, I got the potassium right.
Yeah, you got the right letter. You had the right letter. It definitely wasn't K Solo. For all y'all that don't know, K Solo though was a dope ass rapper.
Right.
He made songs with Redman and the Hit Squad, and I want to say he was from W.I.S.E, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to K Solo. All right, let me get to the next one before we continue. This is No Fomo episode 8. Hope y'all enjoying your time here. Share this, leave a message that's corresponding to the show, or be like Millie J. Green and just troll me.
Oh, now, Maddie, you're just rubbing it in Rashad's face. Bitcoin boxer and I is the proper way to say it, but I'm no English teacher. Shit.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm literally.
She peeped game. She peeped it.
Millie J is giving grammar. What is this world coming to?
Spicy Latina stereo. For anybody that's just passing through here, if that's not hot, man, it might seem like I'm going on it, but we definitely understand each other. We'll fuck with each other a long way. We got a show called Talking to Strangers, but right now it's a No Fomo episode 8. Let's see what she's saying.
I agree. I cashed out of my Doge. I'm making money. Can't be greedy. I've moved on. I'm in Ethereum and Ethereum Classic now. Also made money there. Sold it. Bought them again.
I did the same thing, Rashad. Good.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to play in the casino. Casino is there for if you're investing and investing.
If we're compared to being, all right, so your comparison as playing like a donkey was good, but do y'all hear this shit on the grill? Do y'all hear it? Coming to the mic?
I can smell it almost. We should tell
Well,
stereo. Tell stereo. I want the next update stereo. I want to be able to smell Rashad's chicken through the.
We need a scratch and sniff feature, y'all. Touch my face and let the aromas enter. Because if it was me, you're gonna smell Doja, not Dogecoin, Doja. Some loud pack, some chicken on the grill. If it's Millie J. Green, you might smell some farts because she says she's all about farts. I shouldn't have did that. That wasn't nice.
Oh, there you go.
Yo, my fingers are hella greasy now.
Oh, you want me to hit them? Yeah, I got them.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll try to play them. How about that?
Radio.
Oh.
Have a wonderful No Fucking With My Money show. That's not the name of the show. No Fomo. Insights and investment, money, and business. Let's get it.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, my phone is so crazy with these messages. Like it when I go put my finger near it, it like disappears. It's like, oh nope. It's like playing catch up. That's yeah, well, it's something. All right, we'll get Millie J in here some more.
Maddie, did you I think I read an article, or it must have been a video I saw yesterday on Twitter that no, it's not Toyota. Nissan is accepting Dogecoin down payments for cars. So I don't know. I mean, I saw it yesterday. Actually, I saw it this morning, maybe. I don't know. I'm stoned.
I don't know. That sounds like that would be a bigger story.
Yeah, that's gonna be news. That's the thing too. Buy the hype,
Let's see.
sell the news. I don't know. That could be part of the hype, right? Because that's definitely what's gonna happen. Is like I've heard basketball teams saying they're gonna accept Dogecoin. They got. I don't know. So I go back and convert. You know what I'm gonna do? Is convert. I'm gonna convert my coins into Doge that I got. That's what. That'll
Okay.
make me feel better.
So what it looks like is it's not like Nissan in general. There's a Nissan dealership. And of course what right, of course what state? Florida.
Yeah,
Crazy ass Florida.
Sprinkle COVID on your salad. COVID and some Bitcoin.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a Nissan dealership in Florida, it looks like. So, but hey, look, the more these things happen, if it works out, then the more accepting crypto coin becomes in general. So that's it's good. Anytime it happens, it's good.
I mean, from what I understand, though, this Bitcoin crypto shit ain't going nowhere. Only is going to get more and more and more in our face, and it's definitely the beginning of the internet again, all over for us right now. So we need to figure out how to get our space in there correctly. One of my friends that I just did a show with, that Millie J just came from, and some of the listeners might have just came from, is my homie Molly Mack, and she seems to think, because she's got Doge, and she said, of course, she's taking an L right now, but she's not getting out. She thinks that crypto is going to be how like healthcare is paid for. And like, I don't know where she got that from, but I like it. I told her I was going to mention it today. So,
maybe. I don't know. I do not know the future of where it's going to go, but I think it's gotten to the point where the U.S. government starts making, and once they are able to tax it, as long as the government gets their cut, that makes it legit.
Well, I think they can already, because I just talked to my buddy. There's nothing like talking to your friends about money.
Mm-hmm.
Some shit, and then you find out that they got a whole lot more money that they're playing with than you, and you're like, okay. But yeah, I don't even care, honestly, because I'm not counting the next man's pockets. But I was talking to my man at the barbershop, like, yo, man, you playing with crypto? Because I knew he would be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, I made this and I made that, and the K's, you know what I'm saying? All these thousands. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'm like, yeah, I said the same thing you said. I'm like, I feel like everybody's going to be lunching, though, when the tax man comes around. Like $20K in taxes. Now, granted, he could be slicing it. He could be just like talking on and on and on.
Right.
But I think he was being honest. And
yeah, why lie?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely what's going on. And not just look, people who play in the short term, like you win money in the casino. You don't go, oh man, I got to put money away for taxes. You go into the club. You go into the dealership. So most people don't do that. And so what happens when tax man comes around, which will be Monday. Monday is the day of, last day to file the taxes with the extension, is those people say, okay, let me go sell some stock. Let me go sell some crypto. I got to pay tax man. And we have a depressed market. Also, what we also have to understand, what people have to understand is like I have it up on the screen. Actually, let me go back here. I'll put it up on the screen right now. My portfolio looks like trash right now. It's bloody everywhere. And Friday, although there is for a while the market's up, I gotta do a chart on this, because when the markets were going crazy, every day was good except for Friday. It would always be good all week long, stocks going up, and then Friday they would tank. And I realized that, and I was like, all right, Friday is the day either buy something or not don't buy on, let things go down on Friday. But now the last 2 weeks, Friday has been the recovery day, and the other 4 days have been down. So not that it's just a trend I've noticed. As far as but what's going on right now is all the EV stocks, the tech stocks, the Nasdaq, all those what's called the small cap stocks are getting destroyed. However, the stock market, like people say, oh, the stock market's down. Only if you have those stocks, because everyone was buying a lot of these, trying to get rich, buying these low small cap stocks and hoping they jump up. People weren't buying the Microsofts and the Googles and the big companies, Coca-Cola and Disney. Those companies, the Dow is at an all-time high. So the stock market's not actually down. It's just all the stocks that were all hyped up, and all the EV stocks are down. So what that means, it's a rotation of money, which is what these hedge funds do, is they rotate the money around, drop the price, and then buy back in so they can show returns. So they can show returns to their, investors. So the money's gonna come back in, and you just got to be there. You want to be there when the money floods back in, and then you see these jumps are happening again. So it's not like the entire stock market has crashed, and everyone's still taking their monies out of of all these funds and their retirement funds, and that's not what's going on. So you got to follow the whales, and you want to be there when the whales come back, not once they're there and get stuck with the hype. So
yes. The whales. Get familiar with the whales, y'all.
Go whale watching.
Yeah, mentioned Monday, the 17th of May, which is approaching. I also wanted to say before we go any further, my man Big Boy Cuts is in the building. Happy early birthday to him. That is his birthday. And I missed the party last night, bro. Your wife kind of anticipated. She's like, man, he faking. He ain't coming. I was exhausted. But I'll be at the next Jones. You already know, my bro. No, big up to Big Boy Cuts and all the tourist people out there having birthdays in the month of May. This is No Fomo episode 8 with me and my man W.I.S.E. I have kind of interrupted him to do a little segue because we got messages to get through. And I'm not going to necessarily get off. We only did it for an hour the last couple times. We can go for like an hour and a half today, maybe, because I'm all alone in the crib. Got chicken on the grill. You know what I mean? Got Maddie Wash just willing and able to just bless y'all with this knowledge. Y'all feel free to tip and subscribe because there is that option on here, but no pressure. But just know that going forward, you might actually want to be in that pool of people that do that, because information might become a little bit more precise, a little bit more intimate, a little bit more whatever you want to call it. You figure, deal me, but yeah, big up to the people in the building, clapping and tapping, making it look dope. Make sure y'all follow Maddie Wash if you don't want to subscribe and follow just yet. We understand that, but y'all should do something like leave a message and share and do that good shit. Here was Millie J. Green is saying. I want y'all to follow her too.
Listen, Maddie, do you want to wear another patch on the other side of your eye? I don't condone violence. I'm just playing. I definitely condone violence. Just kidding.
I've dated enough Latin Americans to understand that you all condone violence. That's just how it goes.
Oh my God, no, because then you'll be able to smell farts. And you guys don't want to be smelling my farts.
Look at that, immediately. That was before you even made your comment. She knew. See? She's like, she'll be like, you hear that echo? I'm in my bathroom right now while we're talking.
There's some things we can be proud of as human beings. And our flatulence, that seems to be what she's honing in on. She's more than just a fart, though, y'all. Me and Millie J, me and Spec do a show called More Than Just a Voice, or More Than a Voice. Just want to say, man, Millie J is more than a fart, too. She's a dope person, even though she seems to want to spread her gas on these stereo streets.
No, that's so funny. I just love that. Don't say you're just playing. That was a good joke. Keep it that way.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm going my first show with Millie J tomorrow at 3:00. So
it
should be fun. Yeah. We'll have some fun.
I like that. You got a couple more in the chamber. Let's
good. Hit away.
Oh shit, I believed it. I was like, oh shit, it's no fucking with my money.
Yeah, she definitely changed our whole name of the show. I had to look on the screen and did I write that? Shout out to M Spec and Millie J.
I mean, in the words of the godfather of Zod Dogecoin. It's a
Dogecoin.
hustle.
Yes.
Because of
Doge.
Dogecoin.
Doge. The Doge coin. Yeah. Yeah. Well, even we were saying that with the buy the hype, sell the news, even with the Saturday Night Live bit. Like you said, we said I was telling people Saturday morning, sell it, get out on Saturday morning if you're doing short term stuff.
But that might have been a little bit too early, right? Wouldn't you think you should have sold it? I think that if you look at it, it was climbing all day Saturday until about the time where he said what he said. It was like in the 70s at like one point on Saturday. Everything was doing good. Ethereum was having a good day. Everything was balling. And then he said what he said, and then she was like, "Wow."
I think this show just went on when it actually changed. But I'm gonna look it up right now. What was cool though is you could see the. I was going to do it. I didn't do it. I was trying to get my friend to go with me. I was going to go into New York City and check out the Cybertruck because they had it in the meatpacking district store, and but I just didn't get out there. Wish I had. Because
busy on the George Foreman grill while we've been
yeah.
talking. I'm about to fucking play these messages and smack on this chicken.
Plain and simply, if you don't have the money to lose it, don't invest in Dogecoin because people are going to cry. People are going to cry. There are stories out there of people who commit fucking suicide because they invest all of their money and then they're broke. That's going to be me if Tesla doesn't go up. No, I think I did good by putting it in Tesla. I mean, otherwise it would be sitting in my savings. So
Yeah.
Long-term investment.
You're okay with
for my tits when I turn 80. I'm gonna get my tits done.
With new tits. That's a great idea. I'm sure people are gonna want to fuck at 80. God damn, really? What the fuck?
well, it's it's something to play with. All right.
No titties in 80. No.
Why do you guys have to kill all the fun and start talking about Uncle Sam? I'm gonna be back. Text me when they're done talking about the IRS, please.
Wow.
Yep. Let's see. It started to drop. It was at 66 cents on May 8th, which was Saturday Night Live at 12 midnight.
And what I'm saying, it started to drop at midnight, dog. It was going all day. And so what I'm saying is,
no, but
you should have sold at like 11.
The highest it was though was at 72 cents, which was 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning was at 72.4 cents, and it went down all the way until, and then at midnight it was at 66, and then at at 5 o'clock in the morning it was at 49.
And
well, yeah, 9 o'clock the next day, the low point was 47. It was at 8 a.m. So in 24 hours, it went from 72 to 47.
Yeah, that shit was wild. And like just talking to you, it went back up a little bit, enough to the point where I was comfortable, like I said. So.
Yeah, well, as our show on Sunday, it went up back up to 58. But yeah, but I mean, I could show so many examples of the same thing. Like a big event's coming, it's hype, it's up. And as soon as it hits, I mean, highly on all the different events that I had, SPACs do the same thing. Freaking, the only thing that doesn't really do that is IPOs, but IPOs, they take off. Like if you're getting an IPO, for those who don't know what that is initial public offering. It's right when stock goes onto the stock market and there's a lot of hype about it and it spikes, like Coinbase, it spiked up to like 425 like within the first day or two, and then now it's down to 253. Now I don't think it would have went down as far just because of the way the market is right now, but I could show you so many that spike. If you're going to get in and get out of something, an IPO, that first 2 to 3 days, after 3 days, forget it, it's going to drop. Like, it don't matter which one it is. So, oh, well, we were talking about SVSN, which is stereo visual entertainment. So there was there was a thing going around where we thought stereo was public and it was at a penny. And so me, Leonard, I bought like and you know and you know who started it? It was Super High because so we do, me and Super High do a show on Thursday night, and he does like a whole day of shows, and he's usually like blasted by the end, and he's just smoking and we just talk, and it lets me talk most of the time. So he's telling me about stereo stock. He's like, yeah, man, you can buy the stock for stereo. I'm like, stereo ain't got no stock. He's like, yeah, look it up. And I'm like, all right. So I type it in and it says stereo visual entertainment. And I'm like, all right. So this is pretty cool. And it was no, actually, I didn't look it up. I didn't look it up that day. I was just like, whatever. It was right at the end of the show. So the next day is Friday, and the stock market closed at 4:00, and it was like, I was like, all right, I'll buy some tomorrow. I get paid tomorrow. I'll buy some stereo stock. So I look it up. It's like 3:30, and somebody mentioned something. I was like, oh right. I think CC Jackson was on her show with somebody, and they were talking like stocks and stuff. I was like, oh right, stereo stock. So yeah, so I go and I buy. Look, and it's only a penny, right? And I'm like, all right, I bought 10,000 shares. Right. So I was like, all right, cool. I think this is gonna blow up. And then I go on to CC's show and I leave a message. I'm like, yo, everyone should buy stereo stock, blah, blah, blah. Right. So and then Leonard was on there with me. So Leonard starts going all these shows talking about stereo stock. So then I get a call like 7:00 at night from Bitcoin. It was like he calls me like his hair was on fire. He's like, oh, Matthew, I got to talk to you real quick. Stop spreading the news. It's not stereo. I looked it up. It's not stereo. It's like, it's not. Don't tell me when our credibility is going to be shot. so I look it up. I do some. Normally I research a company, but it was just because it was a little bit before the market closed. So I was like, whatever. I'll just buy it. And so that was the big thing. So me, Leonard, and a couple people had bought it, but now it's up to two, it's almost 3 cents. So we're like, yeah, we tripled our money. Yeah, so we tripled our money and got out. We're like, I wonder how many people bought it because we thought it was like really stereo. And then we just kind of, I guess we did a pump and dump. Yeah, I know. So one stock I made money on. stereo stock.
Don't you think eventually they're gonna have one though, right?
Oh, hopefully they go public. That'd be awesome.
I think it's a future, man. I think this journey is like a big thing, and we're on the beginning.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited for them to. I'm super excited for the next update because I'm excited that you could have more than 2 people. I'm hoping the way it works is that you can have your show, you can bring people in and take people back out. Like I hope you don't have to like set up like with 3 people and all 3 people have to be on or whatnot. So we'll see how it goes.
That's interesting. I kind of wanted the other way around, but I see what you're saying.
No,
the ability to freestyle through the show.
Yeah, I want to start.
I don't want that.
Why?
I don't. Maybe eventually.
Why would you say that?
Because I want commitment. I don't want like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I do feel like I'm starting to understand when people say like, oh, it's not a podcast. It's just social media. But I'm like, nah, it can be a podcast though. Like, this is like a live podcast show. And I just feel like if it gets rambunctious, like imagine if you and I were like on episode 11 or something.
Right.
And we had scheduled it and we talked to Super High Man. I don't know, whoever we want to include in the mix. And then it just got the feeling that like people could just be, all right, well, I'm going to go out, I'll be back. I'm like, nah, like, let's, you know what I'm saying?
I want the person who sets up the show to be in charge, because what I would like to do is like a show where I spend maybe 15-20 minutes doing like a monologue about whatever the topic is that I want to talk about. So like if I want to talk about Tesla, I can get it, because a lot of times I'll talk about Tesla with people, and because they don't know something or whatnot, and I just know a lot about Tesla, like it'll lead to questions that take me down a path that I didn't want to talk about in the first place, you know?
Right.
So I can do like a videoed monologue and then even make that a YouTube video and then cut it and then bring people on, you know, and say, okay, hey, you know, at this time, if you're in the room, you can come in, and then I'll bring you in or take you out if you're not, you know, that kind of thing.
We're all
Yeah,
when it comes to that time.
for sure.
So, Stereo, if you're listening, forgive the chicken and the frying because ratchetness on Shot Radio today.
Well, it'd be great if even if they give you like I'm gonna wait, hold on, I'm pull it up right now, the updates, because I'm just excited because a lot of times first of all I don't want to go onto the wheel of death. I've done it too many times, and sometimes you get some good people, but I got to go through like a bunch of non-good people to get to it.
Yeah, you gotta remember, like, if you're a new person on the app, you figure they might find us through that wheel of death. You know what I'm saying? They're going live.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's my will of death. Like actually, yeah, because well, that's what like I bring people on the app all the time. The first thing I tell them is like, oh, you get on the app, and then and the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna look for me and you're gonna follow me, and then we're gonna do a show and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Don't jump on, make your avatar real bad, and then jump on live, because that's what most people do, and then they run into people just. That's all they're doing, or somebody's just cursing them out or saying some racist crap, and they're like, I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to be on this. This is stupid. So, so I kind of walk them through. Oh, here it is, new update. Let me see. I don't know why. So yeah, so it says coming 1 to 5 hosts. Host your stereo show the way, go solo or to yeah, it's it, go solo. Okay, that's what I thought. So even if you can just go solo, I like that. I like that option.
I like that the most, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be Mr. Not K Solo, like and not Positive K either, but I'm gonna be Rashad Radio in the morning.
Positive K Solo. No, but that's what you yeah. So I like that. I like that totally. And then like I'm saying, like if you're doing a solo show and somebody leaves some good comments and you want to bring them on for a couple minutes, you know, that's what I'm talking about. So hopefully that's what it is.
I can definitely see that being cool. That would be cool, actually.
Yeah. So we'll see. All right, let me hit the rest of these Millie GAs.
We're gonna fight tomorrow, Maddie. Just be ready. I'm just kidding. I have a compliment for you. I'm letting you know in advance because I don't want you to get shy tomorrow when I give you the compliment on air.
Oh. I did send her a picture of me and Dr. Pete in college. Maybe that's what the compliment's about.
Millie's a very visual person, so if you were looking fly in that joint, she's gonna be like, ooh.
We had I had my shoulder pads on, so it was a football picture. So
She's like, I didn't know you were so
my shoulders don't look like that no more. They look more like my avatar shoulders. Can I get some traps? Can I get a couple of traps? A little bit of trap. All right, here we go.
Right. It's healthy to see the stock market go down like that. As a matter of fact, the reason I love it is because, you know, in a year, even in just 1 year from now, I'm going to see a ridiculous return, let alone in 2 years, you know? Yes. It's great. Cash a little bit, you know, just for maybe a new Tesla.
Yep. I mean, that's my whole goal for my investing is to retire at 50, which is in 5.5 years. And that's it.
While we're on the Tesla topic, real quick, she just reminded me.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier today, I referenced a dude who I made a big boy knows what I'm talking about. You still in here? Let me see. Yeah, big boy's in here. Homie was telling me how much money he made on crypto. I was like, okay, that's cool. I didn't make that much, but okay. Cool story, bro. Then I went on to talk about like.
Oh, you sound like a hater.
I hate it. A little bit, man. I was like, damn, dog, you had to like get that specific nigga shit. But anyways, I told him about like how I want to get my crypto up and I want to get a Tesla. This nigga, man, fuck a Tesla.
Oh.
And I was like, why? He's like, them cars are cheap. That's what he told me, like that they're just cheap. So I want to know what you would think about somebody who would say that he currently drives a Porsche. I'm thinking like if you have like a performance car like that, that might be why it's easy for you to say another car is built cheap or something.
All right. So let me say this. Actually, let me bring it up while I'm talking about it. So just yesterday, the refresh Model S. What is the if I had to say to you don't say a Tesla, all right, but if I had to say what is the fastest quarter mile car made, any car?
Asking me who doesn't know that much about cars.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. What would you say?
I would say Lambo, Porsche. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, you're up there. So it was was it the Lamborghini Bugatti that had the fastest quarter mile. So literally, I want to say it was yesterday. Fastest quarter mile. Let me just make sure I'm not talking out of my asshole.
Yo, I fucked that chicken up too, yo.
I could hear it. He was taking a whole drumstick and just putting it in his mouth, sucking it down. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Fastest quarter mile by a production car. So not like a Formula One.
Yo, big up to Cutie in the building. I see you, Cutie. Mary J. Green, my two Pisces queens up in here. Inspect, Sloan, 347, Becca. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's in here. Flying Bambo, not Flying Lambo. I did just reference Lambos, but we got Flying Bambo that came up in this jump. Appreciate y'all tuning in the new No Fomo episode 8. Apologize, I had sticky fingers and cooking chicken and lip smacking and all that good shit, but Maddie was holding it down, y'all. So give it up for him right now. If y'all can, you know what I'm saying, clap it up, show the flyers, follow, share, subscribe, tip, all that good shit. Comment something about what we talking about, because for real, you know, it takes a village for the stereo shit to be. Look at that, I love it.
Yes, thank you. So I'm looking it up right now. It was the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. All right, 9.9 seconds, 148 miles per hour to 0. So for the quarter mile, Model S. By the way, you guys, I have all these things recorded, but I'm not putting them up until Rashad decides what we want to do.
Yeah, you know, I've been bullshitting on that, and I've been meaning to fucking get it done. I need to get the goddamn YouTube key and all that shit figured out for this, because I'm tech savvy enough to be able to do that too. If I can be honest with everybody listening, and be honest with you, you probably could tell I'm a little bit overstacked my plate with stuff to do, just because I enjoy this stuff, man. I really enjoyed meeting everybody and creating and coming up with concepts and shows.
Yep.
But I might have over-enjoyed it, so I'm behind schedule with like beats. I'm behind schedule with like uploading to Rashad Radio, which is actually, I'm glad you're saying this. You know what I want to do now, because you know what I'm saying, I lived on another podcast platform before here, and I still feel like my listeners are there because I check the stats.
Right.
And as far as No Fomo goes, man, we're at 8 right now, dog.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
we're at 10, 11.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could release a series of it. You know what I mean? It's like, boom, the No Fomo joint, episodes 1 through 10, just fuck the world up with that shit. And then be like, y'all need to come back on stereo and get to next season, because we do like short seasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Well, I got the video. So when I talk about stuff, I got me and you on stereo up on my screen. I got me on the screen, my camera's on, and then I got when I'm looking stuff up, I got that on. So right now, so the I told you the Bugatti Veyron, 9.9 seconds. Tesla just this week, they had their Model S refresh come out, 9.2 seconds, 152 miles per hour. It can move. That taking off 0.7 of a second is like the next close was the Spider Porsche, which was at 10 seconds. So so it's 10, 9.9, and now they just did 9.2. Like, that's huge. And that's a four-door car. Like,
this is beating it. I mean, this is making it comparable and worthy of conversation. conversation in the speed department.
Okay.
But he ain't saying they weren't fast. He just said they're cheap.
Well, they are. They're cheap. They're cheap as far as like, okay, if you wanted to go buy a Bugatti, it's only $3.2 million. Whereas Model S is going to cost you 100,000, so you could buy like 26 of them for. So they're not designed to be. So when you get into a Porsche, right, you're getting into it for the quality of leather and the buttons and the look. And with a Tesla, you're not getting that. You're getting a screen and emptiness. I mean, you've been in it, right? You don't see anything. There's no buttons at all. Like, that's their goal, is to make it like buttonless. So that's the so when people are expecting, the number one, I was talking to I forget who I was talking to about this, but they said the same thing. They're like, I'm their market, they're not going after people who are trying to buy high-end luxury. Their mission statement is to transition the world, to help transition the world to renewable energy. So they're not going after the $3.2 million car. If you want that, get a Roadster. Those are actually going to have a yoke on it, and you're going to be able to have SpaceX rocket thrusters on it. So when you get that, but that's not their market right now. They're trying to be the Toyota and the Toyota Camry and the Ford 150 of cars. That's what they're trying to do.
With that being said, they're dope as shit with being that
Yeah.
now, because their shit are wet inside.
Yeah. So I tell people it, and also, like, so there used to be, and also people have old, like, they don't understand the pace of innovation that Tesla goes through. So like they used to talk about, there was like panel gaps, and there was issues with, again, things that people who are used to buying Porsches are looking for, like, oh, how close is the hood to the the side of the car, and the fine little details. Now Tesla is getting to the point where their whole car is going to be like 4 parts, because they've eliminated all those. So when you have just one, like, all the panel gap issue that people complain about, and Tesla's been around since 2011, 10 years. You're going against companies that have been around, like BMW. It's been around perfecting that stuff for 150 years. That's not where they are yet. So that's like the secondary, third, that's way down their list of what they're trying to do. So I understand people who are coming from buying $100,000 car before, and then coming to a Tesla and going, hey, this is not what I'm looking at. This is not what I'm used to. It's not the finery. That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed, we've entered Tesla time of the chat.
Yes.
That was another reason why I was a little bit in my feelings, because I did think I had given my man Matty Walsh a proposal to do a Tesla and investment show, and then I look up and I see him in Bitcoin Boxing doing this, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I could talk about Tesla all day. I could do a separate show. Well, I'm doing Tesla Tuesdays now. So anyway, so
So make sure you check him for that Tesla Tuesday shit you gotta catch. Maddie is the reason why I'm recently obsessed with Teslas. I will not be deterred by Porsche buyers telling me that Tesla is cheap. I just wanted to hear Maddie say that was hogwash and give it his rendition of what that was, and now I am satisfied as I expected. So let's see what we got going.
Hi, Maddie W.I.S.E. Greetings, fellas. Just coming through to show y'all some support and some love, and I'm gonna sit back and listen. Thrilled to be learning about investing in crypto, Dogecoin, and all various of other stocks. So I'm just back here chilling,
If you want, we should wrap up each show where I'll give like my top 5 picks or something like that. So people at least have something that they want. Rashad's so unprofessional. So I'm on the website right now for Tesla. Put it this way: all the people have qualms about Elon Musk and Tesla and whatnot. I looked up the next delivery. So if you wanted to buy a brand new Tesla right now, where people are like, oh, they should do this, they should do that, they should do that. The cars ain't fancy enough. If you bought a Tesla today, when do you think the earliest time you can get delivery is? If you had to guess.
Oh man, that sucks, man. If it's today, I would guess if you're telling me to make a statement like that, June 15th or something.
Close. Estimated delivery time September to October. They're sold out to.
Wow. Well, you know, I've seen stories where it says that, and then they get a notification later on, like, actually, that's just going to be delivered tomorrow.
No, these are all custom.
Shit.
These are all custom made. So
Okay.
if you're doing a custom order, like they've sold out. They said this on the 7th. They said on the May 7th that they are sold out all their demand for the rest of the quarter. The quarter ends in July. So now they're up to.
I'm willing to lose it all, y'all. Y'all understand? My mother jeopardized my whole family, my living situations, and everything, just so I can be rolling in a Tesla, y'all. It's coming soon. I'm gonna report live from the Tesla.
All right. So here's the Model 3. So I looked at the Model S. Model 3 is estimated delivery 4 to 11 weeks. So 4 weeks if you get really lucky, you pick a thing that a really basic stuff, but they're sold out for months. So when people are like, I don't know, I'm like, they don't. There are no Teslas sitting on lots, waiting for people to try to buy them. So
Things are going like hotcakes, y'all.
as fast as they make them, they're already sold.
Big up Tesla. Big up to the Tesla buyers and community. Big up to the stereo streets that are tolerating me washing my cutting board right now. Let me go ahead and get to the messages very quick before we continue on with the show. No Fomo.
Oh my God, Maddie. I'm so disappointed in you.
What?
But I'm not going to lie. When you mentioned that you like to go to Vegas, I was like, there's a weakness in there. There's a weakness. It's natural high. Or were you high?
I wasn't
can't
high.
believe you. Well, I mean, it's a penny. I get it. That's how you did it. It is what it is. The question is, are you still invested in this company? You probably told us right now, but I'm just so shocked that you did that. I'm fucking shocked. I don't know. I'm shocked.
It was stereo stock. It was $100 to buy 10,000 shares. It wasn't a big deal. I was like, it's a penny. Yeah. I did fine. I'm happy.
Buy an ounce of some quality cannabis with that, even though he's not a smoker. He's a walker and talker.
Yeah, walk and talk. I've only started since it became legal in New York. Just my edibles. That's it.
You know, there's something to be said about people who aren't smokers but know that they're dealing with heavy smokers and aren't judgy with them. So I don't feel like you're one of those people.
No, I you do what you want.
You want to be a donkey, y'all?
I said I have no problem with anyone living their life how you want until it affects me. If it affects me, then there's issues. The remix.
Thank God it's not a real podcast. You've been munching for 42 minutes. I just want to love you.
Just wait. I'm gonna do a one person podcast where I eat the entire hour, feeding hour with Matty Wash. Hey, by the way, talking about eating in stocks, TTCF, Tattooed Chef. That's my food stock. So I think we talked about it last week. Yeah, Tattooed Chef. That's that is a long term. That's gonna. I feel like that's a $50 to $60 stock, and it's getting hammered right now. As everything that I have in my portfolio, I think it's down to $17 or $18.
Listen, I want to cut you off real quick and give the audience something to do too. Speaking of stocks and Matty Wash, this is a No Fomo show where we have fun because he's just cool and I'm cool and that's how the fuck we do. We're able to like switch it up, pivot, and get back to business. Him and I follow each other on this app called Public. And that is a place where I'm going for my next topic, which is AEI, All Set Home International, stock that he put me onto for the Tesla community of people that have this all set housing developments in Texas and soon to be Frederick, Maryland, right?
Yep.
So that's how I ended up in that Tesla doctor I work with about it. And you know what I'm saying? He looked it up. He's looking up stereo. He's looking up Rashad Radio. He might be in here right now. So shout out to you, doctor. Name not being said, so I don't lose my job. But yeah, so like he's like, you know, later on in the day, he's like, oh, I looked up that all set thing, and he started speaking to me about the Asian man. That's behind it.
Wait, I just want to let you know that that doctor's name is like one of the most popular Jewish names in existence. I don't think you would really know.
Yeah, I know. I know, but damn,
Like, you might as well say Dr. Smith. Oh, I know Dr. Smith.
Which one is it? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, you're right. I don't need to be that paranoid, I guess. But yeah, man. What's the Asian cat that owns this fucking offset? She told us to look at his, not portfolio, but his
I'll tell you in a minute. Hold on.
Like when you see like the list of shit that he's
pulling it up.
involved in.
Pulling it up right now.
All that shit.
His resume, his
Yeah,
accolades.
Yeah, it's not his resume either, though. It's not that either. It was a different word we used that day. I don't know what the fuck it was.
All right. Well, here he is. It's something. I think it's I want to say Charles Wang, but it's not Charles Wang. What's his name again? No, that's the name of his company. Why can't I find his name? I got a big picture of him right here. It says chairman's.
Yeah, man. So that's why I was riding on the Tesla, because I put him onto the all set, so who knows if he is invested in it as well now.
Well, it's cheap as hell right now. I bought it at 10. It's down to 3. So Chan. Oh, duh. Should have got that one. What's his first name? Oh, it's Chan Heng Fai. Chan Heng Fai.
But it's just funny because on that episode, if you remember what it is that we call this thing, it's similar to like a resume, portfolio, or whatever the fuck you call like your list of accomplishments. You mentioned it to me, like check that part out about it. So I did it, and I was like, oh shit, right? Like, he's the man.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that this doctor did. Like he's like, first thing he did, like, did you see the guy? And this, like,
yeah, leadership is the first thing I look at. Who's running this company? Is it just some MBA who the guy made the company and just passed it off, or is it the what's their background, what's their, and you gotta, I mean, you really got to dig too, because everyone will, you can look at a resume and it's like, oh, they worked at this, you don't just look at the companies, because you could say like, oh, worked at Starbucks. Well, were you were you working at the drive-in, or did you own a franchisee or something like that? So, but this guy literally takes companies and just blows them up. So that's something I think in the future, I think even with this pandemic and stuff, all the things that are going into this ecosystem for these homes, once they start making them, I think they're going to go fast, and then they're going to want to make more. So it's just a matter of getting the system down. Look at these pictures. The pictures are amazing. Yeah. And you get a Tesla with it. Oh, and I was just researching a company called, they're not public, but they're a Finnish company where they are using, I'm going to tell you this and you're going to be like, this is bullshit, but I actually listened to 45 minutes and I saw how it worked and I'm like, that's amazing. But they're using sand, literal sand as a battery, as a storage of heat energy. And it's pretty cool. I'm gonna put it on my website, ilovemattywash.com, this whole interview. And but it's just amazing. Like they take electricity and then they heat this sand up to 600 degrees, and then that heat can be piped. It could be stored as heat underground for as long as you need. So it's like they put it in there during, so for any kind of cold weather place, they literally just, you know, you can heat your home. They can heat cities, like whole cities, with this hot sand that's just underground with pipes. And yeah, and it's and so they use the sun to heat up the sand, and then they use the sand to disperse heat throughout the wintertime. It's called Polar Night. Polar Night Energy is the name of the company. If you want to look it up, they're not public yet, but when they do go public, I am going to be investing in them after listening to them. It's pretty cool. Anyway,
heads up right there. Heads up from Maddie Washington, me, and No Fomo. What's y'all keep your heads up for on public app or any other apps that you get your stocks on? You know what I mean?
come on.
Now, the part of the show where after I consume food, I consume cannabis.
Oh, here it is. Anyone looking about it? About us. And they did this in Finland where it's like dark for like 8 like 8 months of the year. It's dark. And they're still able to do it.
What we can do, man. Fucking sand-powered shit, solar-powered shit, electric cars, this. We are entering, I don't know, man. This is wild technological world that I can't wait to see more about. I'm all for this. Even though I know the more advanced the computer gets, the less privacy we essentially have. But what the fuck does that shit matter if you're not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you really be tripping off all that encroachment on
Nope.
your privacy when it comes to this?
Nope. I already know that they can figure anything out that they need. If you're going to have a social security number, if you're going to have a social security number and a driver's license, then they already pretty much can, they know enough about you.
We got Sloan in here clapping it up. Big up to Sloan. She's always known to share it and leave beautiful comments.
Thank you, Sloan.
That's the delicious stuff. Not a good word for it, but her lovely voice. I said her voice was delicious. I get in trouble for that. Eat your voice, Sloan.
It's because you've been eating the chicken. You got eating words in your mind right now.
Hey, we got somebody in the building who just left a message. It's looking like it could be trouble. Riley, I don't know about you, Riley. Have you been to Rashad Radio before?
We'll see.
What do you think? What's the bets on this message, y'all, from Riley Bellamere being sincere? He has no followers. He's not following anybody. His avatar looks like he's a little boy. Like you literally made yourself look like a young child on this joint.
This is a Dogecoin chance that it's it's gonna be a good message.
And let people weigh in on what they think before, because we're gonna get it done in the next 15 minutes. So me and my man Maddie Washington, there's no FOMO. It's always a good time. Big up to Leonard, the guy in the building. I like when you and Leonard the guy do shows, because they're very complimentary of my comments, as I would be too for you guys if you leave dope comments. So Riley questions, I hope your comment is good or else I'm gonna fry you. Who else we got? We got my man Keon. I always say his name wrong. Is it Kaim? I know you were Scorpio and I know you like Superman, so big up to you, fam. Muslims for Allah, at your service. I'm just looking in the updates. I know that the people that have been in here rocking with us, like my girl Donatella, motherfucking MJG and Big Boy Cuts, mad love to y'all for real. Let's see. What is Millie saying?
You're such a bully, Rashad. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'm not a bully. I'm just like, what do you think? Like, I don't know Riley, Riley, bro, you look like you're about to say something that's gonna get your ass fucked up. Rashad, you got my name wrong again. It's
Kayam J. Mincy.
Appreciate that. That's a fellow Scorpio brother from another mother on these stairs. Make sure you follow him. Let's see what Riley says. Riley, I hope you don't feel like you're a bully, but if I was right, I want all y'all to be like, damn. I was right.
How can I not get caught with idea theft?
You little rascal, you. This is what you do, Riley. Get your mama, right? Get your little mama that's not paying attention to you. give her the phone, right? Tell her to leave the next message on no Fomo so that I can address her personally. Okay, I really want to talk to your mama or your papa. All right,
Riley.
Badass kids. This is not for kids on this app, bro. What the hell is you doing, man?
Riley, the only way. Oh, I was gonna say, Riley.
No,
The only way you can not get caught by ID theft is you got to hit the little purple button under my face, and just hit the subscribe, and that'll clear your history.
Yeah, mom and dad won't worry about it at all if you subscribe to me.
There you go.
The other people on here.
Subscribe helps.
Fuck it. We're giving kids advice on here from now on. If we encounter kids,
That's my new thing. That's what I do with children all the time now. Your parents are gonna pay $5 for your insolence.
Real talk. Badass parents, man. Run up your bill, yo. Someone buy you a new iPhone, a Tesla, and subscribe to Rashad Radio now. Shit.
Did he say he wants to rob? He said, how do I get caught? How do I not get caught in theft?
ID theft.
But that shit was hilarious.
That shit was. He knew he was bad too, badass.
Tip number 1: don't go onto stereo and announce yourself. That's probably not a good way to get away with identification.
I'm 9 years old. My name is Tucker. How do I do some bad shit? Fuck out of here, dude. You already like fucking up my show with that message. They're gonna think we encourage this shit. Yo, he's back.
Y'all gotta get up in this chat. I don't think kids are so annoying, but I can't take down the teacher. But really, I mean, I wish people like adults, parents, man, were not so damn neglectful of their kids. Like, invest in an Xbox or a PlayStation or something. Get them a tablet. Like, damn it. Like, why would kids be on stereo? I don't get it. It's so many different things to do.
You know how kids are. Kids want to do what they're not. If they're not supposed to do it, that's what they want to do the most.
And let's be real, y'all. You know, the kid in us is guilty of liking this avatar shit. Okay,
Right.
So like, no matter what percentage of you wants to admit that you are attracted to this app because of the avatar element, you gotta know that kids are gonna see this shit. Like, oh, I wanna do it. You know what I'm saying? And then they get on this shit. But that's not necessarily the point. The point really is you sorry ass parents that don't pay attention to your children. Like, to the point where you don't know that they're on here being talked to like this by my ass. And I'm crazy as fuck out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I usually bust guns at the kids. I don't have my shit connected right now. But listen, that shit got the room stirred up, yes. Let's see what they talk about. There's no FOMO, y'all. Episode 8. And just so y'all know, this has never made it to the Spotify, but it will. So if you want to leave a really good message, you know what I mean, you're gonna be part of that whole podcast universe outside of stereo.
Sounds good.
No kids allowed. What my man said.
I'm gonna have to leave them.
Yo, that's fucking hilarious. The dad checks the bill, it's fucking $2,000. He subscribed to absolutely everybody on stereo with a purple button.
Matty Wash did it. Thank Matty Wash, president of stereo, after he made children's presence beneficial to all of us. Genius.
We did that.
So,
I have to give Dr. Pete credit for that. He came up with that. That was Dr. Pete.
Dr. Pete, big up Dr. Pete.
There you go.
I feel like the child got reported or something because now I have a message from someone who is no longer found in the system, and maybe they got reported.
Daddy, chill.
Oh. Hey, it's Barrow.
Rashad and Matt. When? I'm just kidding. How you gonna do it?
Unbelievable. So Reaper, your message translates like this on stereo. No problem. We crush on that. Where we are. You sitting? I was doing. Okay. Whatever the fuck. And your microphone sounded like it was tucked underneath your motherfucking chin. So Reaper, I know you heard that shit. Everybody, make sure you're nice and clear when you leave your messages. My girl Pella, like, she's mad cool. They'll show you the link for another language. Make sure y'all check her out as well.
Hey, does it?
What you gotta say?
When you look at when you're looking at the bubbles, is my bubble higher than yours?
Is your bubble higher than mine?
Like my avatar circle.
No, we're at the same lip.
Okay. For me, it has me higher.
You know what you do?
What?
You know why? Because they're updating the app right now. I bet you on Monday. Ooh, yeah, look at that. You can move them right now. Can you move up and down if you slide it?
No.
Oh, I can slide mine. So they're probably updating the app right now. Hopefully we get this fucking new shit next week, y'all.
No.
Best believe Rashad Radio is going to be on a new fucking level once they give us this app update, y'all. Y'all not going to be ready for this shit.
I'll be spending a lot more time on there.
I'm right next to you, dog. So it moves as if there's space for us to put people on the jump. So.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Changes are coming.
Makes sense.
Stereo, we see. Yo, I don't care how fucking old they are. They make me a stupid ass comment or shot bust shots. I want to hear them. What up, back?
How you doing?
So Rashad, you know what time it is. Missed you last night, man. Should have came to the party, brother. Man, I got you, Jimmy. You know, if it was different circumstances, my lady and my family, we were really particular about this COVID shit, especially my lady. So that isn't really the only reason I didn't make it, though. I was dead ass tired. You know what I'm saying? I was cooking on the grill. I was smelling like smoke. I had to fit in quality time with my booski. You figured deal me, but and not for nothing, dog. I wasn't really like. Listen, I feel like this is my brother, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Am I a fake one for this? Do you respect this? I'm on recorded live right now, keeping it a buck with my mans and them, y'all, so y'all can see how thorough I am, right? But like, that's my homie. I got nothing but good stuff to say about him, and he's also left-handed, right? He understands me. We've been cutting my hair since 2001, but I don't fuck with some of the people that he fuck with, just like he don't fuck with some of the people I fuck with when we used to go to the bar. So it's like he gets it. Ain't no animosity with that. I didn't really want to fucking talk to any of those people, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I am, you know? Like hey, I fuck with you, but I don't really want to talk to nobody else, bro.
No, I live in Trump country, so I have friends who I can deal with, and then but they have Trump friends that I can't deal with, and I won't. I'm not. They're like, oh, come on over. I'm like, nope. Who's gonna be there? I need a list. I need a list of who's invited.
Yeah, that's just kind of what it is, man.
I don't want to deal with it.
Political part, but I get that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
It's more so like I don't know, man. I'm territorial with my friendships and shit, so it's like I come through kick with my man Big Boy Cuts if there was not as many other elements and characters involved. But it was your birthday, so I'm fucked up. I owe you my nigga. Look, next year I'll be out that joint regardless of who's there. I'm gonna blow a pound.
He's probably sitting there like this self-important motherfucker.
He knows, man. Jimmy knows, man. He probably is like, nah, I already know. But damn, he still should have came. But that's my bad, though. You already know what time it is. Big up the Big Boy Cuts and Millie J. Green. What you talking about?
No, Layla, you're right. Kids are fucking annoying. Oh my god, I hate them. I'm just kidding. No, but I do.
Yep, we know.
Yeah, I heard. I was listening to an Elon Musk talk, and he was talking about education, and he was like, and it made sense to me. But he was like, he's like, we should make education like a video game, and there shouldn't be like everyone at this age moves up. It's like whatever level, as fast as you can learn it. When you learn whatever you got to learn, you just go to the next grade. If it takes you longer, it takes you longer. If you're quick and you're smart, and you get it done faster, you get done faster. Like, why are we putting everyone together based upon age?
I like that, but I feel like that's just a social conditioning of the world and how we structure people and mature them slowly or whatever. I don't know, but I do get what you mean. Like, why not do the Hauser MD everybody, right?
Yeah, and you go on your own track. If you're big into like dance or art, and that's the track you want to be on, and you don't want to, then go down that track. Do you
have kids, brother?
I don't. I do not.
See, I knew it. That's why you say this, and that's why Billy said because like it does sound good, but at the same time, I feel like when you become a parent, you look at kids a little bit differently as far as like, nah.
In what way?
I don't know. It's like all of a sudden shit that you never really would have known was inside of you as a protective person, as a guidance, as a mature man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It seems easy to say ideas, in my opinion, when you don't really have the physical right there, needing and and receiving all the time. So it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, I get it. If my son was a super duper beast at whatever it was he was in, and if he could accelerate, why slow him down according to grade? But at the same time, I see a little bit more why we have certain things in place now.
Because of the social aspect and the other and their growth and whatnot. So that's fine. You could keep them. So like for example, so like even in middle school. And maybe you don't have to do it. Maybe you don't do it in elementary school. Maybe you start in middle school. Because I remember in middle school, there was like the general kids, and there was academics, and then there was the honors, and then there was the gifted and talented group. And that was kind of how we went about our stuff. You know, I had my classes with the G and T's, the G and T's. So.
Yeah, I remember I used to date girls and they're gifted and talented shit. I'm like, you was dumb shit. Sorry.
But it doesn't necessarily mean you don't have to leave school, but you could just learn, because you got to imagine kids that can figure things out faster. They're just sitting there bored and out of their mind because they're learning stuff that they're like, I figured it out. Why am I here? And then you got kids who want the extra help or are trying to figure it out, and they're being left behind because the teacher's moving on. You know, everyone don't learn at the same speed. It's just the way it is. You know, so maybe you don't take them out of the grade, but maybe the classes that they take or the times that they spend, I don't know. Or maybe if you just get more stuff to learn. I just don't like our system. The system that we have set up right now. I mean, I don't have kids, but my whole family is teachers. Like every one of my family. Like I'm really struggling right now to think of someone in my family that's not a teacher.
That's fine.
So
you're a teacher of some sorts too. Don't you feel like it's in you a little bit right now? You're teaching. Like
you're
teaching us on here.
Sales training is teaching. That's what I would do. That's what I did, basically. I just don't have to deal with the bureaucracy of the school, which I hear enough of that. You know.
The room lit up a little bit when I said the bitch was still dumb. So
oh, great.
That was funny. Shout out to the gifted and talented. Shout out to the people that like Umar Shaw Radio X Ignorant on stereo. Let's see what Big Boy Cuts got to say about my explanation.
Nah, dog, you alright. You drive right on that. You know what I'm saying? I get it, brother. I get it. Listen, man. You still swing through earlier. Good seeing your son. You know, I'm going to tighten him up in a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully all this stuff gets lifted. You know what I mean? And we get back to normal. But yeah, man. Big respect to you, man. You know that. All day. Rashad Radio.
All right.
Big up, Big Boy Cuts. We did do a show a couple months ago, and I knew your birthday was approaching, so I canceled. You ready to get the next one, bro? People like to hear me talk to my friends because it's like a different energy.
Right.
Even like me and you right now, bro, you have an energy that kind of, because we're the same age, John. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like I know you. And like at least like we could have been kicking it, getting drunk somewhere back in the past. But either way, Big Boy Cuts and I are probably going to get some more shows popping up. I see y'all leaving messages. I tried to say I wouldn't get out here at 5 o'clock. I'm so pressed. It's 5 o'clock. I've got to turn it off. Like, I'm that dude, like the military from my granddad kind of transcends me. But I'm not going to be pressed. I'm going to play these messages real quick if you don't mind. Let's see what they're doing. If the parents are not keeping a close eye on their kids, then they are part of the problem. Not the kids. The parents are the part of the problem. Agreed, Scorpio. Could not disagree with that one.
That's right.
Let's do that again. It really is the funniest comment.
I don't even know what she's referencing.
I don't know. What did I say was weird? I don't even know. Was it the little kid? I don't fucking remember.
Oh, that's great.
She was tickled. Be sure to follow her, y'all. She is great. She is energy and a fucking.
I'm gonna hire Millie J to comment on all my shows. Just I'm gonna pay her to just be there. She's gonna be a plant.
She is dope, man. She comes through with the energy. Man. Make sure y'all be nice to come there correct.
Yo!
Talking about what we talking
Yeah,
about.
she's updates.
They coming soon, y'all. Be on the lookout.
I agree with that. You know, I think the system is set up to make us all fucking fail. And the reason why they want us to seem like we're all in a playing field is because it makes us seem like we're all in a playing field, and we're not. We're not. You really, that's the issue of why some people influence others to stay in poverty and never fucking succeed. Like, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I think that would be a great fucking idea to, level up people as they're learning. Shit, I might not be able to graduate the 5th grade though. Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Yeah, man, that's gonna be embarrassing. What if they made us do it again right now? What if they're like, okay, all adults, we're about to make you go through this shit again and see really how dumb you are.
I'm gonna do that Common Core nonsense. I ain't doing that. I ain't showing my work.
Yeah. The dog ate my homework.
I used to do so much homework on the bus on the way to school.
I missed the bus. I was that person that was like, I don't know, I can't even really remember, but all right, we're not gonna get into bus plastics. Let's just do this.
Yo, what up, Rashad? What's going on with you, Maddie? How y'all feeling? What's the topic? I just walked up in here and let me know.
All right, so let's let them know real quick. For anybody that just got me, if it was my man No Show, it's actually the end of the show, bro. No Fomo was something that me and Maddie watched, dude, man. No fear of missing out. A real man shouldn't have to say no Fomo. Shout out to Killer Cameron for that line. Or no, I'm sorry, that was Jadakiss that said that shit. But he said no homo. But anyway, Yeah, we talk Tesla investments. Maddie Watch is the plug when it comes to that. He just got done saying how his family's full of teachers. He is also, in my opinion, a teacher of sorts. That's why I thought it would be beneficial for myself to get in touch with him on these stereo streets and let him help me out and help y'all out as well. So yeah, big up Maddie Watt, big up No Show for asking what the deal is with the no FOMO. That's what we do.
I will say I'm gonna be researching copper stocks. I would definitely recommend people to go and look into copper mines, copper stocks, anything with copper involved. Over the next 4 or 5 years is going to be big with all the renewable energy that's going on. Copper is a big thing. Copper's already getting priced through the roof right now. So, and it's a big conductor. So I'm looking into copper stocks as I'm listening to messages and talking to you, actually.
But like at the end of the day, the G&Ts are like trying to dust the DDs, which is the dumb downs. You're like, oh man, this is like old news. Let me advance as fast as I want.
Yeah. First of all, D&D for G&Ts is Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we do at the G&T level.
Might be the first Dungeons and Dragon reference on Rashad Radio, and hopefully the last.
Hey, Soups is Dungeon Master. He's playing a game right now. Every Sunday he plays the Dungeon and Dragons game. So you can get on him for that.
I'm hating for no reason.
You can get on him. All right. We can keep going.
Superman, man. Or not Superman, but Clark Kent. Big shout out to Rashad Radio. Fellow Scorpio right there. Scorpio gang, let's get it. Gang. Yeah. All my Scorpios, be on the lookout, man. It's tourist season right now. Like my brother, Big Boy Cuts. But Scorpio Science with me and FNG coming soon to a stereo near you.
Big Boy Cuts is like, I already know your petty ass shit. No, I'm just kidding.
He does, man. That's my dude. All right, last one from Millie.
Oh my God, Leonard the guy. You're such a nerd.
What did she say?
Leonard.
Leonard, yeah, because it's Leonard is how I would look at it, but Leonard is how she said it.
Leonard. Huh. So, looking at mines. Wow. Okay.
What do you think, bro? I feel like the show is better when I'm not plugged into the fucking machine and I'm like able to just rap. But I do like to have beats and stuff like that. But I'm gonna save it and reserve it for certain occasions, like happy hour shows, talking to strangers with Millie J. Green, or the New Sports Order with Spotty Scotty. You know what I'm saying? But like these joints on Sunday, I like to chill out and just rap shit like this because I feel like it's a little bit more content for people.
Whatever makes you happy, man. I'm fine both ways.
The next message from Millie just says Sarah to slow down a lot. Let's hear it.
Shout out to Slow.
Okay. Big up to Sloan. One more time for everybody that's been in here. I see you, Desert Fox, Big Boy, Clark Kent, Wire on Fire, Roman God, Yaz, Lala de Jungle. That's the civilized savage. I know. Hey, you ain't saying nothing to me, civilized savage. I know I've been trying to listen. For anybody that's like, yo, Rashad, thought you had say you're gonna do something with me, or I got that. Give me. I've been a little bit busy, and Mother's Day was recently, and just know that like I have not forgotten. But don't ever fear, texting me again, sending another DMs, because the DMs are a little bit hectic these days, and in a way that I like. So don't hesitate to DM me again. Matter of fact, with me and Matty Wash now, we've been rocking so much that I'm about to just DM him my phone number, and then we get better context, so we can plan accordingly. Going forward, it's just when it gets a little bit more serious, it gets like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because what I'm saying, I get lost in the DMs. I can't even fake. So yeah, enough of that. Let me play Sloan's message. She's gonna respond to Millie.
Hey y'all, I'm up here watching my soap operas on Sunday. Millie J.
Listen to that. Both of them, I feel like Maddie, they have they can be in competition for the most energetic comment leader.
Yeah, that should be somebody have a award show or something. We can nominate people.
Give it to these two because they are like a ball of energy that you can feel when it comes to this joint. Like, oh shit, and then it's over. Do you want to hear it again?
Hey y'all, I'm up here watching my soap operas on Sunday. Millie J.
We need to isolate. You need to isolate that. You need to isolate that kiss.
Yeah, man. Somebody share that part right there. I'm gonna do it right now. Boom. See, sliced it right there. This is fun, man. I like it when people in the show comment like this. I'm not really in no rush actually, but let's see. I do need to go because I want to make some beats.
All right.
I'm in a good mood. Good weekend. Good shows on stereo. Good audience. Full of fucking energy. Clark Kent, Millie J. Let's see what y'all think. There's an awful lot of kissing going on. Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. No FOMO.
The FOMO is
get kissed if
turned,
you act right.
turned into the kissing booth, episode 1.
I ain't kissing nobody. Sloan might come through and kiss somebody.
Shameless plug. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Millie J. Green and Matty Wash, where we're going to teach you guys how to create wealth.
Millionaire
How
mindset.
Because you can make money, but how do you create wealth?
By the way, anyone looking for a side hustle, I'm about to tomorrow. I got a meeting at 1:30 and with some solar partners. So I'm about to be opening up a thing where people can make some extra cash on the side by doing just no sales. You don't gotta buy nothing. Not multi-level marketing. It's just basically doing some energy surveys and talking to people about renewable energy. And if it turns into some solar, then or wind or some other power stuff, then you get a nice kickback. So I'll be updating you soon. I do have a website already that has some information. It's brightfuturesinc.com if you want to get more information on that. Although I'm updating the website too as we're talking.
One thing I gotta say, man, to make sure you follow what my brother just said right there. But another thing that I gotta mention before we get out of here that I love about stereo that we're looking for these updates. I just love how I can see somebody in the crowd real time right now listening and say, "Hey, Lala, how come you ain't said?" And then they says something. So let's see what she's got to say about what I just did.
Rashad Radio. What up? Civilized Savage in the house. Rashad Radio, babes, it's all love. Don't worry. There's a ton of people out in these stereo streets that I'm lining up to do some really cool shows with. A lot of people are currently in this show in these comments right now just might be part of that list. I'm really enjoying the stereo community that I'm kind of becoming a part of and people that I'm connecting with, and everybody's just showing love, man. I'm really, really happy to be a part of this little community. So Thank you. No doubt you and I will be able to get on a show together at some point soon. And yeah, I'm just coming through to show love, man, because everybody's showing love to me in the short space of time that I've been on stereo. So yeah, here's to connecting and doing more beautiful things with people.
All right. I like it. I like it.
Make sure y'all tap into Civilized Savage. This is the end of the show. I do love to play messages on and on because that's kind of what you could do if you wanted to at the end of the show. That's why we might incorporate that with more of the OnlyFans subscription service that you can do now. Subscribe to Rashad Radio and Matty Watch. In the future, there's more perks that I'll be giving you with that. But right now, I'm looking at Millie J, looking at Clark Kent, and I'm looking at somebody named Sauce Remastered. I don't know who this brother is, This is another outlet, another one of those,
It's a remastered sauce. Sounds like leftovers.
Is he gonna give us a good comment? Oh, and as I say that, another one comes. Yeah, bitch, does he know about? Okay, this is funny.
Hey, what are you guys speaking about? Is it like investment or whatever?
Okay, that was an innocent message. You know what, Sauce? You are definitely cool. We were talking investments. We talked Teslas. Getting them out of here. It's kind of like a message fest right now that I brought up on myself. I did it on purpose, man.
I got you. Oh, I'll throw out my top. Want to throw out my top 5 right now, real quick, while you're doing the messages. All right. So as always, got Tesla. Tesla's down 589, but in the after hours, it was already back up to 590. So that's one. Humble, as always, is my. I think that's going to be huge in the future. If you haven't downloaded the Humble app, you should download it and look at it. Nothing you can really do with it right now, but see what I'm talking about. It's HMBL. The weed stock I got is Planet 13. Yeah. PLNHF. It's at $6.12 right now. I've been buying it all the way since $1.70 and adding more to my position. And I think that's going to be they are really positioned to do great things once the once the federal law goes away and whatnot, blah blah blah.
I got that too, Chrissy. Of him, thank you. Looked in, and Swiss G followed you, so it looks like he's interested. Swiss G, give me a follow too, man. I got something for you, bro. Holla at me, tap in.
By the way, all these ones that I'm giving are long term. FUV Arcimoto, which is down to like $7. I think it was at $8. I think it rebounded a little bit on Friday. That one was up at $30. That company is amazing. They've only come down. Like there's companies that are coming down because they suck, and then there's companies that are coming down just because of the rotation of money. And FUV, I've got so many options. I can't wait till they bounce, and they could be back up at 30 by the end of the summer. So that is, I don't even know what that is, but I'll give one more. Dropbox. I haven't given that one before. Dropbox is a great company because their customers aren't going anywhere. So even though Google and whatnot, like once a company starts using Dropbox for their data storage, they're not going to leave and go anywhere else because now their whole system is there. So as they add more customers, they don't leave. That's just kind of how it goes. So you want companies that have sticky customers. So there you go. I think that was my 5. That's 5.
That he gave that to y'all, right? Matty just gave you his 5 to the brother Swiss G. Thank you for following me and following Matty Wash. But to a brother like my man Big Boy Cuts, who also just followed you, right? Mm-hmm. And people who are out there wondering, he's got a question. Looks like about what's the difference if people can just come on here and hear us live and soak up this info. Like, check out this question.
Yo, I got a question. So if I subscribe to you, which I'm going to, and I'm not subscribed to the other host, do I still get to listen, or do I just hear your part?
That would suck. No.
Yeah, you get to hear us. Yeah, when you're subscribed. Oh wait, I wonder. You mean like for the super fans, right? So I wonder how that works. I think you only have to be subscribed to one person.
No, only one. Yeah, even if they do all super fans, it's just one. My whole thing is if I make people money, then I feel like if someone makes a bunch of money off my picks, then they'll be like, all right, let me throw you a couple of ducats. That's fine with me. And if you don't, great, I'm happy you made money.
And so, I just noticed that Silk Hollow's in the building. I don't know if you met Silk Hollow, they be on here talking crypto.
No, I haven't.
Silk Hollow, play your message in a second. But yeah, that question he asked me, because I think I only asked one part of Jimmy's question.
Yo, I got a question. So if I subscribe to you, which you know I'm going to, and I'm not subscribed to the other host, do I still get to listen, or do I just hear your part?
I thought he said something else.
No, that would be funny though. that would be funny. You only hear one side of the conversation.
You'd be like, damn, I really want to hear who's talking to Rashad. I know this shit's probably good. Fuck stereo.
You'd be like, yo, those tips are amazing. All right. Like Rashad's gonna get me some subscribers.
It's not right, man. I can only hear Rashad, bro. I need to hear
Rashad, come on, at least repeat what he said.
Jimmy gonna give him ideas. They're gonna start rationing out the humans. Yeah, that's what's going on. You know, we're on like iPhone 3, model right now as far as stereo updates. Also, you see, we got bodies. You see, we got the ability of more people coming in the show coming soon. So, but before I get carried away, it's the end, y'all. I'm just having fun, man. Taking a little bit of cannabis with y'all. But let's see what SoCal is saying.
What's up, baby? I got in on the tail end. I'm definitely gonna tune in.
Yeah, please do, man. You got a good show too, bro. I check you out because I'm at work. And the people that don't get it, I'm such a content creator. I don't really check out a lot of shows. So It's like when I do be on here, I also work at a 9 to 5, y'all. So it's like if I can just kind of listen to a show and not really comment on shit or comment a little bit, his type of show, I'll do it too. F&G show, I do it too. And whoever show I can, I do it too. But don't take it personally, y'all, if you don't see me too much out there, because I got to make time for myself to make shit out here too,
Yeah, I have heard SoCal. I realized that now that I saw his avatar.
Yeah, cool. They be talking Doge, they be talking money, they be talking crypto, so make sure you check him out. Follow him. Follow Clark Kent as well. Follow MJG.
Now, a kissing booth will cost you. Welcome to the real world. Love isn't free.
I don't know what you're doing over here. You acting up, bro. We out here. We're winding them down. Let's get them out.
Maddie, you do know I have my own headhunting firm, right?
No,
You do know that, right?
I don't.
This is awesome. This is really good. Maybe we could talk about a referral bonus paid out 90 days after that professional, makes a few sales.
All
Would
right.
you be down for that? We'll talk about it.
The answer is yes. Answer is yes.
All right. Ryan McReynolds. Let's see. You have a resume on stereo that looks suspicious. Your message translates to, yeah, bitch, does he know what about doggy coin?
Yeah, bitch, does he know what's about Donkey coins?
No. What's that?
Did you stick around for your comment, Ryan? I played it. I knew it was weak sauce. I just wanted. Did you stick around for it, though, bro? Are you out there? Give us another one, man. It's like we knew that shit sucked, but like when it sucks like that, like can you do another sucky one but make it suck?
Rashad can't control himself. He's like, yo, I want to go. It's 5 o'clock. We just gonna play his messages. All right, sucker, send some Noah. Come on.
Be careful with that word. You gotta say fans only. Only fans is charging $25 a month.
OnlyFans is revamping their whole image now. You can actually read spoken word out on that motherfucker now, and but they are trying to do that. I saw somebody on Instagram the new image of OnlyFans. I'm not getting fucked on that bitch.
Yeah, it's all. Some of these people that they're OnlyFans are like, I'm like, how much? I'm like, Disney Plus is only $9 a month. What are you, crazy? Like, what? You're not better than all of Marvel and Star Wars universe. I'm sorry.
Bro, people be watching, yo. I know this is totally off topic. We're definitely rambunctious and acting a fool right now. But I'm gonna just let y'all know, even as a young, single man, I ain't even chipped into strippers, yo. So I'm not buying no OnlyFans.
Get out of here.
Big up to the people that get their money for that. But yo. This is no show. Peace and love. This is Desert Fox and Emily J. And we're done.
Be a floating head for as long as they allow it. I don't want nobody, man. I want a talking head.
You shouldn't have said it. You shouldn't have said it in the room with me.
Nope.
Ooh, stereo gonna find you, desert. You're gonna put a body on your ass and be like, yeah, you got
Get
a
yourself
body.
some soft shoulders.
Just be hopeful. Wouldn't it be so funny if Stereo just automatically did it? Because I think they did that with Thotty Scotty. But what if they put him in like a girl outfit?
If you talk bad about us, you can't change your you can't change your body outfit for at least 30 days.
Some lingerie and shit. Got the down like Desert Fox looking like a whole sexy piece out here, like a snack.
They give you like that like the Arab hijab whole thing, and you just have your eyes, and that's all you. That means you. That means you're suspended for 30 days. You got nothing. You just eyes.
You're getting a body no matter what you want.
Rich man's like, punch me again, fool. Punch me again. You knew what it said. Oh my god, that shit's hilarious.
He's like invincible. We're gonna call him invincible.
I think we had a good time at the end of this show. I'm glad we were able to. I'm glad everybody stuck around for the times that they did. Be on the lookout for all shows Matty Wash involved by following him. Like I said before, follow me as well. And yeah, man, I'll holler at you later on with a DM, like I said before, and request you. I'm about to book Matty, y'all. I'm about to put him in my phone book, y'all.
All right.
You're gonna get my homie like that. So y'all know this shit's real.
I'm honored.
All right. So yeah, we'll holler at you, bro. Peace to the room.
All right. Talk to you very soon. Bye, everyone. And there we go. All right. That's the end of the show.